What's up? This is David, and today I want to talk to you about your emotions. Maybe not mastering your emotions, but learning about your emotions and hacking your emotions. So in a sense, this is about biohacking your own emotions, your own brain. So let's talk about emotions from a biological perspective. From a biological perspective, what are emotions? Emotions are simply biochemistry. That is it inside of the body, okay? So if you understand this, then let's reverse engineer our emotions to give us the emotions that we want and to not do the things that produce the bad emotions, the biochemistry that we do not want. So let's first talk about good emotions. So good emotions, I'm referring to like happy, joy, gratitude, these types of emotions. Okay, these are like the feel-good type of emotions, right? And negative emotions I'm referring to as like the sadness, the depression, and like the bad types of, you know what the bad emotions are. That's what I'm referring to when I say bad emotions. So let me first talk about the good emotions. How can we biohack ourselves to producing good biochemical changes inside of our bodies so that we end up with these quote unquote good emotions? So I'm going to give you 3 different ways of producing biochemistry, maybe not producing, but altering biochemistry inside of our bodies. So the first way, first and foremost, is using our physiology, using our body. And this type of using your physiology comes in many different ways, by the way. The very first one I want to talk about is exercise. Okay, exercise, not just in the moment, but prior to exercise, your body goes through a biochemical change. That's why if you go on a run and then long after the run is over, you still have this feel-good type of mood, right? Because the body went through a biochemical change, and that has a long half-life, longer than it seems, right? So even after the run, you actually feel pretty damn good, right? So that is one way. Exercise can definitely help your physiology. So at any given moment, you can do some movements with your body, you can do some jumping jacks, you can do some push-ups to change your mood, to start changing the biochemistry inside of your body, and that produces good moods. So that's number one, physiology in a bigger way. Under physiology, we also have many other things that we can do. So like using your vocal tonality is one thing. So engaging your vocal tonality is another form of physiology. You're using your body to create different biochemistry inside of your body. So like having a more expressive type of tonality produces a different biochemical change inside of your body rather than having a very soft type of voice. And this, this is like it's a routine, it's a pattern to the opposite emotion that we're trying to go for, like depression. So before I dive into the bad emotions, let's talk more about the good emotions. So another way that we can produce good biochemical changes inside our body is through facial expressions, the expressions on your face. So even with a simple, small little change of your mouth, such as smiling, for example, grinning, this causes your body to produce a certain biochemistry inside of your body. So you know that saying like fake it till you make it? Well, this is one instance that this can be true, because once you start smiling, your brain, it goes through these changes and it says like, hey, this guy is happy, so let's produce these good, happy chemical reactions inside of the body. And there was actually a study done where they took a few dozen clinically depressed people. These were, people who were really, really depressed, and they had them do something very, very silly and very simple. All they had them do was stand in front of a mirror, like a 3-part mirror, the one where you look at when you're like wearing a suit or trying out a dress. So they had them stand in front of this mirror, and all they had them do was stand, look at themselves inside of the mirror, and just grin. Just put on a big smile from ear to ear, and stay like that with your body posture up. You talked about physiology, right? Body posture is also one part of physiology. While having their body posture up and just slightly looking up and just smiling, just grinning from ear to ear. That's all they had them do for 20 minutes at a time. At the end of the study, after a few weeks, not a single one of them could stay depressed. And all they had to do was change just one aspect of their physiology, their face, right? And maybe like their body in an upright position. So this is how strong your facial expressions can have on your biochemical reactions inside of your body. All right, so let's talk about a few others. Let's talk about laughter. Laughter can also produce these good biochemical changes inside of your body. And you know this. When you have a good laugh, you just feel good, right? You have like this natural high that kind of, even after like the laughter is over, again, it kind of lingers on, right? You still feel good after like a good conversation with a friend, and you're joking around, having a lot of fun. Even after that, you feel very, very good inside of your body. So laughter can also be one other aspect of physiology. Another, which is very overlooked, is breathing. The way that we breathe changes our body. Okay, biochemically, it changes our body. So Wim Hof comes to mind when I think of breathing. And there was actually a study done on Wim Hof. I'm going to tell you another study now, another experiment. But Wim Hof, what he did was, so they had a study where they took this group of people, and Wim Hof was one of the people inside of the group. And before they went into the study, what they had them do was to exercise, was to be exposed to cold temperature, and do some breathing and meditation techniques. Okay, so they took two different groups, one that did not go through the training, and the other that went through the training under Wim Hof's supervision. And the experiment was very simple. They had them inject both the groups with endotoxins. And endotoxins, they're kind of like mimicking like disease inside of the body. It actually activates the automatic nervous system. And they wanted to figure out if the training had any effect on their immune response, right? And it turns out that I would say like most of the people that went under the training, they had like no symptoms of like the disease. And when you have like endotoxins injected into you, the body is supposed to produce like flu-like symptoms inside of the people that get injected. So like the control group, they had all these flu-like symptoms, right? But the group that went under the training, they didn't have any symptoms that looked like the flu, right? And when observing under the microscope, their immune system was actually stronger than the one that wasn't inside of the group. Okay, so this is how important breathing can be for your body, which in turn is good for producing these good emotions. So another one is, and I'm going to be very brief on this one, is cold exposure. Like exposing yourself to cold creates a different biochemical response than, say, for example, like lukewarm temperature. And exposing yourself to cold, and you can look up Wim Hof for this. He's known as the Iceman, right? And exposing yourself to cold it pretty much strengthens your immune system. It pretty much strengthens your immune system, and you also produce very like a good cocktail of biochemistry when you are exposed to cold temperatures. Okay, so that is another way you can affect your physiology. All right, so that was all about physiology, but now let's talk about some other aspects how you can produce these good emotions without using physiology. So the next one I want to talk about, and this is number 2, is diet. Diet is crucial in producing either good moods or bad moods. And diet by itself is a whole nother animal, and it is going to be way too long for this video, so I'm going to keep that to a separate video by itself, okay? But just remember, physiology and your diet, those are probably 2 of the main ones, but we're also going to be talking about the third ones. But physiology and diet create a dramatic impact, has a dramatic impact on your biochemical release, and therefore has an impact on your emotions. So let's talk about the third way of creating, biohacking our emotions. Third way is very simple, and it might not seem like it, but it absolutely is true. Is your beliefs and your thoughts. Your beliefs and your thoughts can create a biochemical change inside of your body. So I'll give you an example of this. Let's say that there was a bear. You see a bear running after you, okay? Well, what happens to your body when you see this bear running after you? Well, it's going to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, and it's going to turn on your fight or flight, right? It's going to create that kind of like adrenaline rush inside of your body, right? But here's the thing. What happens if the bear that you saw running towards you, it actually wasn't a bear? It was a friendly little golden retriever. But the thing is this, like, you believed that the bear was real, that there was a bear coming after you, but it was a fake bear. But because you believed that it was real, your belief created that biochemistry. It created it activated the fight or flight system inside of your body, all right? So even though it was fake, even though it was a dog, it was no threat to you whatsoever, because of your belief, you created that biochemical reaction inside of your body. This is how strong our thoughts and our beliefs can be. They have the power single-handedly to create a biochemical change inside of your body. So those are the 3. And Tony Robbins, he calls this the triad. The triad to producing good emotions inside of your body. And another one that kind of like underlies all of this is your focus, your RAS. Whatever you place your attention on is what is the reality that you create inside of your life, right? So whatever you place your focus on, you can also alter your reality and altering your biochemistry to some degree. So those are the 3. Again, physiology, using your physical body, using your facial expressions, using your vocal tonality, breathing, as some examples. Number 2 is using diet, having a good diet, and I'll talk more about that in another video. And number 3 is your thoughts and your beliefs. So that is how you can hack your own mood, how you can hack your own emotions. And here's the thing, how fast can you change this? How fast can you change your body? You can change it like that, right? Tony Robbins said you can change it in an instant. In any given instant, you can change like that by creating radical movements in your body, by using the facial expressions, expressing yourself with your vocal tonality, and also changing your focus and your beliefs, right? So at any given moment, you can create those changes inside of your body right now, or any given moment, right? So that is it for this video. Hope you found value out of this one. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.